WebSportsRadio.com, in association with KBFL, proudly presents
6:27 to go. Buck to Westhoff again. Open, Schwartz, up the middle, shot, score! It's a power play goal.
And Missouri State needed that tally at this point.
This one comes from the point as Westhoff gets it to the open man. And it was swept home. And Sturm gets the goal.
Missouri State University Ice Hockey.
Good forechecking by the Ice Bears' Tyler DeVoe. Now behind the net, up in front, drive, score! It came off of DeVoe in front to Tyler Stewart, and Missouri State takes a 1-0 lead.
With the call, here's Steve Casson.
And live from MediaCom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is Game 2 between the Missouri State Ice Bears and the University of Nebraska. As Nebraska won yesterday by a count of 5-1, and the hat trick goes to Jordan Hank with goals in the first, and he also had a couple of other ones in the third to seal the deal for University of Nebraska Huskers, and they have the 5-1 victory. Nebraska now improves to 2-4-1 on the season. And on the road, they are 1-2, allowed 10 goals, or scored 10 goals, actually have allowed 13. So Larry Taylor's squad feeling a little bit of pressure relief after yesterday's victory on the road. Taking a look at Nebraska statistics right now, Hank with those 3 goals, he is the leader. 9 goals, 3 assists, 12 points, far above everybody else. 3 players with 5 points, including Jonathan Crowley, who had a goal and 2 assists yesterday. He now has 2 goals and 3 assists. Evan Johnson with 2 and 3, and Alex Robb, not in the lineup, also with 2 goals and 3 assists. For the Missouri State Ice Bears, they are 1-5-1 now on this early season. The Ice Bears with the only goal scorer yesterday being Mitchell Doyle. Assist to Carl Rebello and also Justin Cope, the only point getters for the Missouri State Ice Bears. The Ice Bears at home 1-1-1, so little average if you want to call it that statistics-wise. But tonight they are going to try to do a couple of different things, including going back with the same 2 goaltenders, or at least before Missouri State. They're going to go back with Graham Nave. Nave is 1-3-1 with a 3.70 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. If you're wondering if it's loud here, yes, it is extremely loud here at MediaCom Ice Park as the teams are getting ready to get set with about 17 seconds left in warm-ups, and then we're going to go straight into this hockey game. For the University of Nebraska, Lucas Thompson will be back in nets. He's 1-2-1 with a 3.77 goals against average, and yesterday improved his save percentage to .910. So he is doing an outstanding job right now for the University of Nebraska Huskers. Well, it is time in just a moment to head on down to Kevin Thurl, our public address announcer, and get the starting lineup introductions, which will include the Nebraska Huskers. So we'll join him in just a moment. As you take a look at the Nebraska Huskers, they have gathered around their goaltender and getting ready to get things set up as the pucks are being cleaned out of the Missouri State Ice Bears net. Fresh 20 minutes on the clock. And in just a second, we will have the introduction of the starting lineups.
And now for your starting lineups for tonight's game. For the visiting Nebraska Cornhuskers,
Starting out of forward number 49, Jonathan Cowley. Starting out of forward number 77, Evan Johnson. Starting out of forward number 13, Corbin Smeal. Starting on defense, number 11, Willie Lutz. Starting on defense, number 8, Eric Mears. And starting in net tonight for the visiting Cornhuskers, number 30, Lucas Thompson. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are coached by head coach Larry Taylor and assistant coaches Reed Fuller and Tim Miller. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in the heart of Springfield at Mediacom Ice Park, make some noise and let's meet the starters for your Missouri State Ice Bears. Starting at a forward, number 47, Mitchell Dooley. Starting at a forward, number 74, Carlo Robello. Starting at a forward, number 20, Christian Catalano. Starting on defense for the Bears, number 10, Justin Koch. Starting on defense, number 8, Brett Houston. And starting in goal tonight for your Missouri State Ice Bears, number 50, Graham Ney. The Ice Bears are coached by head coach Cody Blevins and assistant coaches BJ Norman, Tyler Ellis, and Jacob Keller. Tonight's officiating crew referees Hardy Woodward and Mark Marzola, and linesmen Patrick Simmons. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. And gentlemen, please remove your caps for this evening's presentation of the National Anthem.
Our national anthem done right here at Mediacom Ice Park in the Stan Melton Ice Arena. Why is it called the Stan Melton Ice Rink? Well, he is the co-founder of Missouri State Hockey. He also led to hockey being developed here at Mediacom Ice Park and in the Springfield area, and to the creation of Mediacom Ice Park. So it has so been named that for Stan Melton. That was back in 2015. Moments away here from these two teams getting started, and had a chance to talk to head coach Larry Taylor for just a few minutes, and he really felt that for putting this team together as quick as he had to, that the lines really did the best that they could, especially with such a short bench that he had. So he's happy about that. Missouri State skating from the left to the right, and from the right to the left it will be Nebraska. Coming in to take the draw for the University of Nebraska Huskers is Jonathan Crowley. And for Missouri State, Justin Koch, and it was 1 from him, and he goes back into his own zone in the Ice Bears zone to pick it up. Now Koch will work with it, looking for some help from Christian Catalano on the near side boards. Nothing doing there. Puck is cleared to the corner, and it's held in on a good stick by Eric Mears. He'll send it down in as the Ice Bears try to work the puck again. They have it to the middle of the ice and send it all the way down with 19:30 to go in the period. Now to the far side. Grabbed by Jordan Cowley. Had a goal and 2 assists in yesterday's game. Puck is now grabbed by Evan Johnson, and he'll work with it and move it down into the zone. We get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 19:13 remaining in the period, and that whistle will allow both teams for a line change. Face off to the right of Nave. St. Petersburg product. Him and Taylor Rhodes doing the yeoman duty right now. Richard Albrecht, their normal goaltender from Mexico City, Mexico, is injured at this point. His ETA unknown at this point, so these two guys will go through the workings of keeping the Ice Bears tendered in net. Now as it comes down to the Nebraska zone, puck to Hysak. He's behind the net, kicks it over to the corner, and it's out to center ice. Work down all the way to the Missouri State end of the ice with 18:39 to go in the period. Sent to the far side, Christian Kuzo with it, off of a skate, and back now for Nebraska. Grabbed down by Raymond. He'll work with the puck. Trying to send it into corner. Now to the near side. Puck is held on to there by the goaltender. $18:15 to go in the period. And face off to the right of goaltender Thompson. He was in yesterday's game, got the win. Puck to the corner. Held in by the Ice Bears' Jake Stewart. Now it'll come behind the net. Grabbing it is Eric Mears. Runs his man off, still has control. Ice Bears with some pressure. Now Missouri State with Evan Lasanki. He gets a shot off the corner of the net. Carson Komar is there. Now it is Lasanki. He gets a drive in, off the shoulder and in! And Missouri State takes the lead. This one for the Ice Bears comes at 2:14 of the period. And it goes off the shoulder of Thompson and in, and Missouri State has a 1-0 advantage. Something they needed yesterday and they didn't get. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thurrow. But it is 1-0 in favor of Missouri State. Something that they couldn't do yesterday. They couldn't score a goal till the third period. Now a shot in as Nave has to make the save up high. 17:23 to go in the period. Puck is cleared all the way down and off the side of the net where Missouri State will make their line change while they've sent the puck in deep. Goes to the corner to Evan Johnson and off the boards and out to center ice. Puck shot to the far side. Willie Lutz with it. He gets checked up high and hard. That one by Adam Brown in the game today. Puck comes in. Thompson steers it aside.
Missouri State Ice Bears goal scored by number 6, Carson Komar. Assisted by number 9, Brandon Baldwin. And by number 42, Evan Lasanski. Time of the goal at 2:14 of the first period, scored by number 6, assisted by number 9 and number 42.
So it is Komar's goal. And now with 16:20 to go in the period, it is the Ice Bears moving it out of their own zone. Grabbed quickly by Hiller and off the boards. Now across the line, racing for it and not able to get it was Jacob Matthews, that is. And the puck comes in on goal where it is kept out of the net, but the net gets dislodged. We get a whistle. Missouri State, for just the second time this season, they take the first goal of the contest. .16:03 to go in the period. Face-off won by Missouri State. Ice Bears work with the puck. Now out at center. Could be grabbed by Ben Raymond. .15:40 to go in the period. Out to center and sent right back in by William Gadd. Puck is held onto and flipped up, so we're going to get stoppage in play with 15:28 to go in the period, and both teams will line change. Face off in the Missouri State zone as we do get a penalty. It'll be assessed to the Ice Bears' Zach Drummond, so it's the first power play for the Huskers. Here in the first period, Ice Bears on the penalty kill, 75%. They've allowed 6 for 24. Nave makes the first save. The rebound moved into the corner. And the Ice Bears still trying to keep it out. They do manage to finally get it out to center. .14:55 remaining in the period. 1:24 to go on the power play. Huskers with it. Here's Hysak down the middle. Drops it off. Instead, he'll pick it himself as the puck got to him on the right side. Drive in, save, and Nave had to look behind him. He didn't know where it was. And he's able to hold on to the puck. 1:11 to go on the power play. Shots are even up at 3 apiece. 1-0 Missouri State at 2:14. Carson Comar's second of the season, and now it's tied up. .14:33, the time remaining in this period, and it is a 1-1 hockey game. We'll catch the call in a moment from Kevin Thurl, the public address announcer. We are now at 1-1. So a 1-1 game between Missouri State and Nebraska.
Nebraska goals scored by number 52, Jordan Hank, assisted by number 49, John Cowley, and number 9, Chris Hysak. Scored on the power play at 5:27 of the first period by number 52, assisted by number 49 and number 9.
That is Nebraska's first power play goal of the game. Hank gets it. And for Hank, that is his 10th goal. He leads Nebraska in goals with 10. Meanwhile, at center ice, a couple of players run into each other. We're going to get a penalty. It's Corbin Smeal that got hit, but the penalty will be assessed to Missouri State. And going into the penalty box will be Evan Lasanki. 2 penalties, 4 minutes. And the second power play opportunity for the Huskers. On the power play, working it up high is Raymond. Shot misses wide. Goes over to the right side. Johnson is there. Gets a return pass. Top of the right circle. Now a shot in by Raymond is moved into the corner by Nave. 1-1 hockey game. Boarding is the official call. Now cross-ice pass. Working it again is Hank. Sends it down in low on the near side boards. Comes to high slot. Raymond to Hank. Now left side. A shot missing wide by Hisek. So the Ice Bears are seeing an onslaught here as they just cannot clear the puck. Get it to the right side. Now drop down in low. Working with it now on the left side is Raymond. Shot hits a skate, goes behind the net. Hisek there right through the crease. Ice Bears need to get the tired penalty killers off. They can't do it. Here's Johnson. Left side to Raymond. Save, rebound, and it goes up high and up over the net. Now in front, a drive again and a save. That one by Raymond. All sorts of peppering going on the left side of Graham Nave. Here up on the right side, now the left side, Hisek. Raymond, he shoots, it's blocked. 24 seconds remaining in the power play. Hisek, cross ice to Hank. He's low along the goal line. He shoots, gets it over in front to Hisek, and it's finally held on to by the Ice Bears goaltender. 16 seconds remaining in the power play. Here's Hank's goal, and that's actually the tail end of it. We'll see if we can catch a little bit more of it. Meanwhile, puck comes out to center ice. Racing for it is the Ice Bears' Chaz Palumbo. Grabbed by Hisek. Cross ice pass. Dumped in by Kenny. 2 seconds to go on the power play. And Nebraska is 1 for 2 now. Puck behind the net. Ice Bears trying to move it over to the corner. Now to Palumbo. Comes in as the shot from the right side by Willie Lutz is held on to behind the Ice Bears goaltender Graham Nave. A little bit more on Hank's goal. Shot comes in and just tipped or missed everyone there. Meanwhile, play is at center. Hansen all the way down by the Ice Bears' Christian Catalano. Mitchell Doyle, the only goal scorer in yesterday's game for Missouri State, puts a check, but it's grabbed by Lutz, and he'll have it. Willie on the left side. Cross the line into the Missouri State zone. Willie looking for a pass, instead takes a shot, and it's held onto by Nave. 10:33 to go in the period. Shots are 3-1, or make that 11-1, that is. 11-3. Yeah, it's hard to look through the screen here. It is 11-3. That is in favor of Nebraska. Ice Bears with the win off the faceoff. Move it out to center ice to Michael Mattingly playing his first game here. Kirkwood, first game in this series, that is. He's out of Kirkwood, Missouri. Puck cleared all the way down to the Missouri State zone. This is going to be an icing, as racing hard to make sure it was an icing was Jacob Matthews. Right on his heels was Evan Johnson of Nebraska. The faceoff will come back down into the Nebraska end of the ice. Coming up at the first period intermission, a talk with Brett Houston of Missouri State. And off the draw once again. It'll go to the Nebraska bench. Sent right back in by Nathan Hendricks. Ice Bears steal. Mattingly. He gets upended, gets it behind the net. Working it is Adam Brown. Now with 8:52 to go in the period. And a 1-1 game. Missouri State took the lead at 2:14. Goal by Komar. And then Hank gets a power play goal about 5 minutes later. And we're tied up at 1. Far side. Stuart Hopkins. Or take that back. No, that's Willie Lutz, 11. And 15 for Missouri State is Chaz Palumbo. He's pushed off the play. Goes to the near side boards. Cleared that is, out to center ice. And Hendricks will come back and set it up for the Ice Bears. They quickly get it now to Gray. Here comes Nicholas Gray. Nice move. Right side. Shoots. And a save by the goaltender Thompson. Good move to get by the defender. And Thompson just stayed square to the shooter, and he's able to hold on to it. 9:10 remains in the period in a 1-1 contest. Komar is second, Hank his 10th. Right off the draw again, it's held on to. .906 to go in this period. Ice Bears win it. Lasanke with it. Gets it to the left side, and fanning on it was Sullivan, but the play continues in the zone and out to center ice. Hank is racing. He might have a break. Hank right side on the odd side shooting, so he instead passed over to Andrew Hiller, and it went off his stick. Ice Bears get a break on that one. Now a wind and a huge miss by Lasanke, and it's out to center ice. Back down to the Missouri State zone. Line change for Nebraska. 1-1. 8:19 to go in the period. Battle for it at the half boards in the Missouri State zone. Top of the right circle. And out to center. Shoved right back in by Michael McVeigh. And another line change for Nebraska. Actually, that was 22. That was Brown, not McVeigh. Now here come Nebraska. 3-on-2. Drive in and a glove save, and it was deflected into the corner as Cody Walters got that shot. Ice Bears have it. They're in the midst of a line change, but here's a blast in and held on to as Stuart Hopkins got the shot, but it was held on to by Thompson. Able to make that save with 7:30 to go in the period.
Haircuts, hot shaves, beard grooming, scalp massages, waxing, tanning, and a wide variety of grooming products. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Christian Kuzo will win the draw. The Ice Bears shoot it down in low. That's Palumbo's attempt. Now on the left side, Kuzo's there to kick it ahead. It comes in for a shot by Palumbo that's partially blocked, taken by Walters, and he'll have it, get it all the way down into the Missouri State zone. Racing hard as the Huskers go for a line change is the Ice Bears' Justin Koch, and he has it and carries it all the way into the zone. Koch working it to the corner now. Palumbo off of his skate, goes to the right point, sent down in low to Palumbo again. Right circle. Palumbo is there. Checked off by Eric Mears. Grabbed by Stewart. Sent behind the net by Kuzo. Tried to battle it up front, and it hits a stick, and it'll be held on to. 6:38 to go in the period. And still a 1-1 hockey game. Shots are 12-8 in favor of Nebraska. Steve Casson with you. Thanks for joining us on Web Sports Radio. More hockey coming up. In fact, next week, the Women's Hockey Showcase. We hope you'll tune in for that. Or if not, come on down here to Mediacom Ice Park. Far side boards. Doyle is there. He checks Ben Raymond off the play for Nebraska. Ice Bears will have it. Behind the net, Carl Robello. Cross ice, gets it over to Drummond off of his glove. Play continues. Somebody lost a stick. Is that Catalano in front? No, it's not. It is Evan Johnson. Now Johnson, after retrieving his stick, goes to the near side boards. Puck moved away from him, far side. Now to Raymond. And the Ice Bears steal. Catalano, he has it. He shoots and a save. Rebound. Catalano follows up, pushes it wide. Near side, off the boards and sent by Gadd, but not out. Ice Bears have it again. Catalano spins and partially gets his stick on it as he 360 got the shot off. Robello to kick it into the corner. Ice Bears want to change. They will do that, and it comes out to center ice. Taken by Drummond. Now fresh on the ice to Matthews. He'll backhand it in, and Missouri State's line change will finish. 5:20 to go in the period in a 1-1 game. Grabbed by Hysek. Now out to Corbin Smeal. And another line change, this one for Nebraska. It's going to be one of those nights again, because Arkansas's uniforms looks like Nebraska's. Puck is not held in by Lutz, and we get an offside called. Mentioned our next broadcast. That will be Arizona State versus Concordia Ann Arbor. 7 o'clock Thursday night right here on Web Sports Radio, live from Mediacom Ice Park. Women's NCAA, Women's ACHA Division I hockey. We hope you'll tune in for that. It's going to be some good hockey. Lady style. Puck comes in and Nave has to make a save off the attempted shot by Lutz. It'll go to the near side boards, held in by Mears. Puck deflected up. Ice Bears do manage to clear it out. And that's as far as it goes, as it's sent right back in by Chris Hysek, and another line change for Nebraska. Even Alabama's uniforms look similar. I'll blame it on that. Puck in front of the Missouri State bench. And gained by Brown out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Got an assist in yesterday's game, now has 2. Now fans react to a hit. Lutz on Lasansky. Now the Ice Bears with a delayed offside as they couldn't keep it across the line. Walters is there. He's able to move it ahead. Now the Ice Bears across the line. Here's a right side shot. Flips up and over. Baldwin got that one. Behind the net once more. Now Lasansky. He's pushed off the play. Trying to work it to the near side with 3:20 to go in the period. Again, our first period intermission guest, it'll be Brett Houston of Missouri State. Now the Ice Bears work it again. Baldwin, cross ice and off the stick and then the skate of Sullivan, and he's able to at least control it and work it and get it up to center. And across the line, but as soon as it went across, we come the other way, right to left. Here is Walters. We're going to get a penalty, a slash. 2:50 remains. And that slash will mean Missouri State will go back on the power play. It'll be assessed to Walters. First, well, I say go back on. It'll be the first power play of this game. They were on the power play yesterday, and they went Missouri State 0 for 4 on the power play yesterday. So the Ice Bears with a chance to take the lead again. They led 1-0 and they coughed the puck up. And Stuart Hopkins looked for a pass, but it was taken away and cleared. 1:44 remains in the power play. Ice Bears slow to carry it in. Kuzo was running some cover for Palumbo, but it's taken away and cleared. Shots 12-10 in favor of Nebraska. Here come the Ice Bears. Koch across the line. Spinning away from it was Hopkins, and it is cleared by Hank all the way down. .156 remains in this period. 1:03 to go in the power play. Cleared to the point, Raymond does, and it makes its way out to center. Ice Bears with 50 seconds remaining. Here is Baldwin. Cannot make it across the blue line, and now it's sent back into the Missouri State zone. Nobody there for the Ice Bears. Racing is Cowley. He's double teamed. In to move it away is Jacob Matthews. 32 seconds with time running off. Ice Bears have it, and they just don't get it out of the zone. Well, they do, but they don't get it into the zone as they were trying to work the puck, and the passing was not there at neutral ice. So now we'll have a face-off in the Missouri State zone as it's covered by Nave. 16 seconds remaining in the power play. Face off to the right of Nave, left as you look at it, and right off the draw, it's tipped in. This one, I believe, is Cowley's goal. And it is a shorthanded goal. It's 2-1. So Nebraska has scored on every possibility here as far as special teams goes. We'll take a look at this goal.
Huskers goal scored by number 49, John Cowley, assisted by number 9, Chris Hysek. Time of the goal at 18:57 of the first period, scored shorthanded by number 49, assisted by number 9.
So a 2-1 hockey game now with 39 seconds remaining. Dole sends it up the middle. Blocked, and now here's a 2-on-1 for Nebraska. Brown left side over to the right side, and it goes behind the intended target in Walters. 21 seconds remaining. And Missouri State trails by a count of 2-1. Last goal right off the face-off. 5 seconds to go. And Nebraska is just happy to run the clock out. And that'll do it for the first period.
At the end of the first period of the play, it's
Shots on goal, Missouri State with 11 on Thompson and 14 on Graham Nave. Well, the Ice Bears get the first goal of the game. Carson Komar his second. Baldwin and Lasansky with the assist. That's at 2:14. And then about 5 minutes later, Hank ties things up. The assist, Cowley and Hysek, and it's a power play goal to make it a 1-1 game. And then right off the face-off, puck comes in, it's battled for, and it ends up getting and slipping right past goaltender Graham Nave. That one a shorthanded goal. Cowley gets it. That is his third of the season. Hysek with the assist. And now Chris Hysek has a goal and 5 assists this season with 2 already in this hockey game. 2-1 is where we stand. We'll take a break, and when we come back, talk to Brett Houston of the Missouri State Ice Bears. We'll do that in just a moment. After 20 minutes of play, 2-1 Nebraska over Missouri State.
We all love the fajitas. Their margaritas get the crown. Don't forget the quesadillas. It's the best Mexican food in town.
Now your favorite Mexican restaurant is open on Sunday. Yes, Maria's Downtown is open on Sunday. So bring your family and friends and enjoy Mexico with us 7 days a week.
Hold on to your salsa and your chips.
Maria's on South Avenue in downtown Springfield.
We're back at MediaCom Ice Park. Now talking with Brett Houston of the Missouri State Ice Bears,
Hello.
sophomore out of Springfield, Missouri. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you, Steve?
You're doing well. You just don't want to leave this area, do you?
No, I guess I'm not allowed to leave. I'm stuck here.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Because, of course, you played a few years with the Springfield Express.
Mhm.
They were the Western States Hockey League team that was here, and you saw a lot of time with them. Now you're here with Missouri State. Obviously, this rink, you are very, very familiar with it.
Yeah, I've been here for a long time. I've been playing in this rink for the last, 15 years or something. It's been a while.
That's right. You are one of the, I think, 2 Springfield natives that have now made their way onto the ice as a Missouri State Bear.
We're getting those numbers up. We're pumping those numbers up quick.
Yeah, of course. You played with, was it the Spirit or the Junior Bears?
I actually did both. I did Junior Bears when I was really young, like my first year playing hockey when I was 8 years old. And then I switched to Spirit shortly after.
And obviously there, you're traveling, you're going all over the place. Your parents are taking you everywhere. So it almost felt like maybe you were playing in the juniors, right?
Oh, yeah. I've been to so many different cities and places around the U.S. It's kind of nice. So I used to like to travel a lot more than I do now. I think that's why I stayed here. Kind of a homebody.
Well, that could be. But your folks are here too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
most of my family's here or close to here.
Well, and let's talk about that. I believe, weren't they also billet family for the Western States Hockey League team, the Express? So
yeah, billet family for 3 years.
So you had all sorts of players that stayed with you.
Usually foreigners. They had Swedes a lot. I don't know. They really like the Swedes. I don't know. They're kind of weird to me, but
seriously.
Yeah, they are though.
So now, who did you have?
We had a kid in my house. We had a Canadian, Matt Smishik, last year.
Okay.
So that was the first time we had builded someone, and that was an experience.
Well, and again, when you're playing juniors, there's no school like there is now, so you have plenty of time. There's a lot of time.
Yeah.
And it's totally different now. And that's one thing I do want to touch on. As joining us is Brett Houston of the of the Missouri State Ice Bears, but he is from Springfield. How different is it? And are you able to adjust from all of a sudden you've got this structure of studying in school and then trying to play hockey?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a hard adjustment for me going back to school. I thought I'd be a little bit better at it than I am, but I think halfway through the first semester I'm doing all right so far. I gotta work on some stuff though.
Well, and they say that you get a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
As coming in as a freshman, but at the same time, you really don't want to take advantage of that. You want to kind of start off as quick as you can.
Yeah, and I've already struggled in a couple classes, so I gotta keep my grades up and get back to where I can, take all of the credits and everything.
Now the team does have kind of a study hall, right?
I think so. Do we?
I don't. I know Division I does. I don't know about Division III.
That would be kind of nice for me. I could use that time.
I
feel like I'm running out of time in between class, work, and hockey.
Yeah, you may want to go to head coach Cody Blevins and say, all right, coach, I think we need some study hall time. I think they do it on a Sunday. I could be wrong, but talk to coach and don't take my word for it. But I mean, there's obviously advisors and other people that can help you out too. Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of help there.
Yeah, we have Josh Davis too, who's a department head, right? He's pretty good at what he does.
When you're out on the ice and you're playing in college, how different is that from playing juniors, like let's say with the Western States Hockey League?
I would say it's more physical, but the Western States is one of the more physical junior hockey leagues, so it prepared me much more for college than some other leagues would have. So I'm used to it. I'm actually I feel like one of the bigger guys out here in college compared to in juniors when I was small and getting ragdolled.
Well, yeah, listed at 6 foot 180, and I'm trying to see just about how you compare.
Gained some weight on the off season.
Yeah. I mean, Ted Cardinal, even though he's a junior forward, he's 6'3", listed at 200, and Craig Berry 6'3" at 200. But
yeah.
But I mean, it all depends. You throw the gear on, and you're a different player.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a little rough and tough.
Joining us is Brett Houston of the Missouri State Ice Bears, Springfield native, and What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, God, that's a good question. Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just making it through college right now. I got to get through that before I can decide anything.
Well, yeah, you probably have, 2 more years before you really have to kind of think about it?
Yeah. And then, by then, hopefully I'll have enough connections and people that'll help me get a job that I won't have too hard deciding.
But anything right off the bat? I mean, nothing. What appeals to you?
I don't know, I'd like to work with volcanoes and stuff because that's part of my major.
Work with volcanoes?
Yeah, like just study them, I guess.
Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to think of that the active volcano. Well, there's one in Hawaii that's active.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one in Hawaii, and then there's Yellowstone in which I don't know what state it is. Wisconsin? No.
No, Yellowstone
Wyoming.
is either Wyoming or
Yeah, and that would be pretty neat to work on or work in the park on that stuff.
That would be a lot of fun, actually. When I was younger, I took geology.
Really?
And I used to
okay.
go up to Yellowstone and
look at some rocks.
Look at rocks and all that. And I really liked it. I just sports was more important to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't mind being outdoors. I'm really not one for getting dirty, but when it comes to that stuff, it doesn't bother me
hiking,
too bad.
climbing, or
yeah,
whatever.
I can do that.
So let's talk about your family. You have brothers, sisters?
Yeah, I have an older brother that played. He didn't play very long. I think 4 years, but he played hockey too.
And he played. That's right. He played here.
He played. He played the first year of the Expressword team. Yeah, big, tall, red-headed kid.
Yep. And then he moved on to.
He doesn't play anymore.
Okay, so
he works now. Yeah, he does construction.
So
putting that big body to use finally.
Got the real job and got hockey out of the way and.
Yeah.
Do you find or feel that you're going to be around hockey for your entire life?
Oh yeah, it's so deeply ingrained in my life and how I do things that I'll be around it forever. Hopefully, I won't be around this rink forever, and I can move on to some others, but we'll see.
What is your go-to song? Do you have a go-to song or something when you get ready?
Oh no, just anything that's a banger.
How about a meal? Do you have a
pasta? Yeah, I love
always pasta.
Yeah, I try to get pasta.
What
as
kind?
much as I can. Any noodles and red sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, I like chicken too, but any meat, I'll take any meat.
Now you guys have been on the road a couple of times. What kind of meals do you have on the road?
Whatever they feed me. I don't know.
You're not picky, as long as it's
pasta,
food?
pizza, whatever. Yeah, as long as I get fed, I'm fine.
There you go. Well, now some people have said that sometimes pasta can kind of slow you down a little bit with too much carbs.
It can be a little heavy, but I don't eat too much before games. I usually get all my big meals in at 1 o'clock or 12. Let everything digest, and then have a small meal at about 3 or 4 o'clock.
Brett Houston is joining us of the Missouri State Ice Bears. Well, you have goose eggs. Now, granted, the team's only played 6 games, but
that's actually not true. I do have an assist. I got it in the first game. Yeah, they didn't count it right.
Well, we'll have to go take a look at that and make sure they do count it right. Then you won't have that anymore.
Yeah, I got that 1 point. I know for sure.
Has it been tough with this hockey team right now? I mean, did you guys expect to be 1-4-1 right now?
No, I didn't. We have too much talent on this team to have this record too. I think we're just having trouble scoring. Really, is the biggest thing.
So, if you were coach, what would you say right now?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm not big on inspirational speeches. I'm an X's and O's kind of guy.
Clear eyes, full heart. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll let Herb Brooks do the speeches.
Who is your favorite NHL player?
Right now or all time?
Well, let's go with both.
All time, it's Bear Jackman. I love that guy. Right now, probably Joel Edmondson. They're both pretty much the same player. I like the way they play. They just play defense the right way, in my opinion.
Shall I say that the Blues are your favorite team?
Oh, yeah, of course. Not right now, though. They're not playing too well either.
Everybody is kind of having that. Well, look at my LA Kings. They're
having a rough.
They're having a very rough time, and they finally just scored on the power play. They were 0 for 22. That I just don't see how you can go. I mean, even I think Detroit might have had a power play goal prior to them.
The Blues have had, I think, 5 power play goals so far this year. Allie's had one.
Yeah,
That's
one
bad.
in yesterday's game against the Islanders. It's tough. I know, but that's why you stick with your team.
Oh,
Whatever your team is, you stick with it through thick and thin.
I've been through too much now. I can't give up. Maybe one day they'll win. Maybe.
Do you remember your earliest moment when you kind of discovered hockey?
No, because it's always been around my house. Like we had games on, we had sticks and nets around all the time. So it's just always been in my family and in my life.
Brett Houston joining us of the Missouri State Ice Bears, sophomore defenseman. Do you remember, like, when you first got on the ice?
Yeah, I was 7 or 8, and I stepped out on the ice, just on the other side of the rink that we're in, and for a free skate for a while. And I just zoomed around on the ice for an hour and fell a bunch, busted my knees up and everything, but it was fun.
You didn't, and obviously when you're short, maybe about a foot off the ice, it's not a big deal if you fall.
No, it doesn't hurt to fall. It doesn't hurt to fall. But now, like, when I fall, I hit my elbows, my knees, and I can't walk right for a couple days.
It's got to be tough. But, a lot of players, though, they don't wear a lot of bulky equipment either, right?
No, I try not to either. I keep most of my stuff either form-fitting or, like, as slim as possible.
So if the rules stated you didn't have to wear shoulder pads, you wouldn't wear them, would you?
No, I'd probably wear shoulder
you?
pads, yeah. Because there's some kids in this league that shoot the puck kind of hard, and I'm not trying to get hit in the chest.
Well, there you go.
I have enough bruises as it is.
Is there something that you want to get out of playing hockey? Meaning, is there something on the ice, something mentally, something that you really want to get out of hockey?
Well, hockey's always been like my escape from things, so if I have a bad day or anything, I can go step on the ice and I'll be fine in 20, 30 minutes and completely forget about whatever problem I had. So, whenever I play, I try not to think about anything, just focus on, the ice, what I'm doing, how I'm playing, that kind of thing.
So it's safe to say that you'll be playing in men's league for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be a beer league hero, hopefully.
That's always fun, because then it doesn't matter what you do, as long as you get a goal here or there, you're fine.
As long as I'm on the stat sheet and it's not a penalty in men's league, then we're all right.
They never call penalties anyway.
No, especially not Marzola. Can I say that? Is he going to be out here tonight?
He may. That's okay. That's okay. He won't be hearing this anyway. Brett Houston joining us. Brett, I'll double check that assist, and I will ask head coach Cody Blevins and say,
I can find the video.
All right, we'll find the video. I'll ask Cody, and if that's the case, I can change that. I'll verify that and change that for you. Okay. And like I say to everybody at the end of the interview, I wish you more goals this season. Okay.
Oh, me too.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much for doing this. We'll take a break. We'll be back. More hockey coming up in a moment.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey, now through February. Exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We are back at Mediacom Ice Park. Steve Casson with you as the teams are making their way out onto the ice. I want to make mention of a showcase that will be taking place this next Thursday right here at Mediacom Ice Park. It is the Women's College Hockey Showcase, ACHA Division I Women's Games, and we, of course, will have the broadcast of those games. Arizona State, all Arizona State games versus Concordia Ann Arbor. Also Arizona State versus Aquinas and against McKendree. And then on Saturday, we'll also have the Aquinas and Concordia Ann Arbor game for you right here. But if you can make it out to Mediacom Ice Park, $7 admission. It's going to be a lot of fun. The first ever women's ACHA Division I hockey showcase. We hope you'll join us for that. It will be a lot of fun. It'll be the first time that we will be broadcasting a women's showcase, and it's probably the first time that a women's college hockey showcase is here at Mediacom Ice Park. So we hope you'll join us and take a look at some of the best that the ACHA has to offer on the women's side of hockey. Well, they're just getting things set here for the second period. Patrick Simmons will do the honors. A little bit of trivia for you. Don't know if you know this, but the referee drops the puck in the first period for the start of the period, and then it's the linesman's job to do that for the remainder of the game. Missouri State skating from the right to the left, and from the left to the right, it will be Nebraska. Puck all the way down to the Missouri State zone. We're just underway in the second period, and we have a whistle. What's the whistle for? Icing? Looks like it is icing. Well, that was a quick whistle. Going to bring it all the way down into the Nebraska end of the ice. Well, no, they're going to drop it at center ice. Apparently, the officials said, nope, we've made a mistake. So, center ice face-off once again. And Missouri State will win it once again. Ice Bears in their own zone. Matthews up to center. That's as far as it goes. And then helped all the way in by Christian Kuzo. Back behind the Nebraska net. Ice Bears work the puck. Flipped out to center ice. And taken by Hopkins. To Kuzo. Moves it in, tries to dive for it and keep it in the zone. But instead it'll be grabbed by Ben Raymond. Raymond gets it up to center. It's as far as it goes as Justin Koch will send it right back in. Shots are 14-11. That was what they were at the end of the period. And nobody has put one on net yet in this third, or this second actually. Here come Nebraska. Nice move on the right side, Christopher Brown, but it was poked away from him by Jacobs. Jacob Matthews, that is, and Matthews will send it all the way down. Nebraska tee it up again as the Ice Bears with a line change. Left side, Brown sends it in. Racing is Johnson. He'll get to it. Has no help on the right side, so instead spins and turns right face-off. Dot save, rebound, and a big save by Nave. As Cowley got the opportunity on the left side, Nave had to slide across and make a second save. Now the Ice Bears get it as far as center ice. They do make a line change, and here comes Cowley once again. 2-on-1. Cowley, and it's broken up in front, but Cowley gets it again, and a stick save off the shaft of the stick by Nave. And it could have been a 2-goal advantage for Nebraska. As it is, it's 2-1 right now. Puck comes in the zone. Cowley with it, looking for some help, gets the shot. Follow-up just missing wide as Evans Johnson got that one. And Nave looked behind him. He knew it was behind him, but it just missed on the right side, his right, left as you look at it. Now low along the goal line. Cowley for Nebraska. Tries to step around Drummond. Does do that. Goes to the corner. Now flipped off the right side on a shot by Mears. And it's Missouri State coughing it up at the blue line. A drive-in save, rebound, and that one gets deflected up and out of play as the rebound by Corbin Smeal was sent up into the netting by Jake Stewart. So we'll have a face-off. This one will stay in the zone with 17:29 to go in the period. Missouri State's Carl Robello will come in to take Jordan Hank on the face-off, and it will be Nebraska with the win. Kicked out to center ice. Evan Doyle is chasing. Doyle has some room. Doyle with it, a backhander. He shoots, and a save. The rebound back behind the net. So the Ice Bears had a good opportunity there, as Mitchell Doyle got that shot opportunity. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. 17:06 to go in the period. And the face-off will stay in the Nebraska zone. Two to one. Even strength goal by Carson Komar in the first for Missouri State at 2:14. Then Hank, his goal about 5 minutes later, his 10th on the power play. And then a shorthanded goal by Cowley, his third, at 17, or make that 18:57 to the first, and that's where we are right now. We get a whistle, and we're probably, are we going to get a penalty? I think we're going to get a penalty for closing the hand on the puck. Delay of the game for Missouri State, closing the hand on the puck. Power play number 3 for the Huskers. Carl Robello will get called. So Missouri State on the penalty kill, 6 for 24, 75%. And on the power play, Larry Taylor's Huskers are 5 for 27, 18.5%. They looked good on it last time. Raymond, crisscross with Hysek. Down to Raymond, over to Hank. Back up to Raymond, high slot. Raymond shoots, and it missed wide. Far side. Taken away and cleared out to center ice. Christian Kuzo, 2-on-1. Kuzo right side. Kuzo had it broken up by Hank as he came back to deflect the puck away. Ice Bears looking for a shorty. Nebraska already has a shorthanded goal. The last one by Cowley. 1:18 to go in the power play. Nebraska with possession across the line. Here's Johnson. Johnson down in low, off the boards, goes to Hank, now high slot. Raymond, he gets it, it's blocked by his like 15 Palumbo. But Hank has it again, left side. Now here's Raymond, tipped in front and a save as it got tipped right in front by Cowley. And holding on to it is Graham Nave. 15:34 to go in the period. .55 seconds remaining in the power play. Walters in to try to take the draw from Carson Komar, and Komar cannot win it, but he is able to push it at least and get it out to center, and he does. Huskers clear the zone. Official runs into Drummond, gets pushed out of the way. Power play now with 34 seconds. Nebraska with Brown, sent down in low with help from Mears, and then off the back of the net. The puck is held onto by Nave, and now we've got a couple of players tangled up. Corbin Smeal working with Zach Drummond of Missouri State. Face off to the right of Nave, won by Missouri State. 14:59 to go in the period. Second period intermission. We will talk with Stuart Hopkins. It comes right up the middle. Shot, score! It came right up to... Does have assists to Nebraska. Up over the blocker side. Goal.
Nebraska goal scored 8, Eric Mears, assisted by Huskers. Power play by number 8, assisted by number 21.
Now it's a 3-1 advantage for Nebraska. Every goal has been a special teams goal for Nebraska, all 3. Buck sent in with 14:07 to go. Missouri State out of their own zone. Lead pass off the skate of Michael Mattingly. He drops down in low. Now putting a check is Adam Brown. Near side boards, Nicholas Gray. Can he hold it in onside? No. Working it is Mattingly. Michael Mattingly, the freshman. Out of Kirkwood, Missouri. Now to Gray, out of St. Louis, the junior. Puck in the zone, and we're going to get a penalty as Hysek was tripped up. So another power play for Nebraska. Arguing the call was Gray. It's a holding call. 4 penalties, 8 minutes. Power play number 4 for the Huskers. .13:33 remaining in the period, and another power play for Nebraska. They've looked very good. Here's Hank with a shot. It's blocked in front, inadvertently by Husker. That was Hysak. Puck comes out. Ice Bears, Palumbo working for it. So was Raymond. Couldn't get to it, and now the Ice Bears will see the Huskers come across the line. It'll be Hank up the middle, now to the left side. Hysak. He drops down in low. The Ice Bears try to race a 3-on-2. Moving it on the right side, that is Sean Sullivan, but it's broken up. Sullivan has it again. Can't get control. Now passed on with 1:22 to go. It's in the Missouri State zone. Hank has it. Top of the right dot. Hank into now Raymond with a shot in. Chasing it is Raymond near side. Comes around to Cowley. He tries to work it. Cowley over to Johnson. Nebraska working the power play for another minute. High slot. And to Hank, he shoots, and it was partially off the glove of Nave and then off the post, actually. Could have been another goal for Nebraska. They worked the power play. 48 seconds. Shot in, missed wide. Off the stick of Ben Raymond, the captain. Now cross-ice pass. Left side. Trying to tee it up was Hysak. Raymond over to the right side. Hank, he shoots right through. And now we get a whistle for a stoppage in play. And a couple of players getting tangled up. And we should get penalties. And I don't know if we're going to get Johnson and Sullivan. And that's what we're going to get. So both will go. Sullivan for Missouri State, Johnson for Nebraska. That's just the second penalty for Nebraska. Five penalties, 10 minutes for Missouri State. Just 2 penalties, 4 minutes for Nebraska. Now, they had a penalty up on the board, but it should be... No. I think, okay, so what the Ice Bears scoring staff just did was they took the remaining partial penalty off the board, but they shouldn't have. There's about 35 seconds left, and these are coincidentals, so they will stay off the board, so we are still 5-on-4. And off the draw, the Ice Bears do win it, and they are able to clear it out to center. Back of their own net. Sent all the way in.
To Nebraska, number 77, Evan Johnson. Both 2 minutes for roughing at 7:52 of the second period. Both 2-minute minors for roughing.
That's why they're coincidental, and that's why they're off the board, too, with the power play. Now, with 3 seconds to go, it's slapped with authority by Komar all the way down. Power play is over. We're 5-on-5. Raymond. Hit by Komar. Ben Raymond out of Egan. 1 goal, 3 assists. Does have a power play tally. Now moved into the Missouri State zone. Chasing it is Brown. Losing his stick was Matthews. And then the puck manages to make its way all the way down, and we will get no icing. The officials wave it off with 10:57 to go in the period. 21-13 are the shots in favor of Nebraska. Here comes Robello. Managed to get across the line, send it in. The Ice Bears have it. It goes to the corner now off the stick of Mitchell Dole. It is up the middle. Somebody lost their stick. That's the captain, Raymond, for Nebraska. He comes in to try to put a check. Does push his man into the corner. Ice Bears still keep it in. They'll drop it down in low. Now to the half boards. Still a battle for it there. Comes to the point, and still good play. Robello is able to knock it away. Now left side, or right side that is actually, and a shot missing by Doyle. Walters was trying to lead the charge, and he had his pocket pick. Now Walters does lead the charge on a 3-on-2. Taken away, Catalano spins and turns with Robello. 2-on-2 for Missouri State. Right side, Catalano knocked away from him. Taken now by Nebraska. Picked up by Chris Brown. Sends it up to center, and this is past everybody. Icing will be the call. 9:42 to go in the period. Face-off comes back down into the Nebraska end of the ice. Our next broadcast on Web Sports Radio, again, it will be Arizona State versus Concordia Ann Arbor. Women's hockey next Thursday, right here, 7 o'clock from Mediacom Ice Park.
Timeout, Nebraska.
Timeout is called by Nebraska. So with that, we will take a quick timeout and be back. 3-1 Huskers over the Ice Bears. 9:42 to play in the second.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
Back at Mediacom Ice Park. Here's the schedule for the Women's Collegiate Hockey Showcase. Make that October 25th through 27th. 2 games on Thursday, right around the same time, which features Arizona State, Concordia Ann Arbor, McKendree and Aquinas. And then on Friday, it'll be a 2:30 and 7 o'clock game. Same with Saturday. We hope you'll join us for all those games. $7 admission. Meanwhile, face-off is won out of the Nebraska zone and sent back to the Missouri State end of the ice. Nathan Hendricks looking for some help. Outlet to Palumbo. Cross ice to Hopkins. Now Christian Kuza with a backhander in. 9:16 to go. Puck flipped out in front of the Missouri State bench. And it's Palumbo. Sends it in where Connor Kennedy will race for it, or make that. No, that's Cowley, number 49. Puck to the far side, held in by Hendricks. Hendricks has some room. He shoots through traffic, and it's inadvertently blocked. And actually, William Gadd, number 69, he's wearing 69 tonight. Gadd was the one that blocked it. Now it comes into the corner and missing just wide by Hank. Had the hat trick in yesterday's game. Puck cleared out. And now Missouri State. Hopkins, he shoots missing wide. Line change for the Ice Bears. 9:17 to go in the period. Here's puck from the corner. Gadd is able to center it up. And it's flipped off the glass by Johnson and all the way back down into the Missouri State zone. Ice Bears to Gray. Across the line. 7:51 to go. Shots are 21-16. Here's a blast in from the top of the left dot off the stick of Jake Stewart. And now we get a couple of arguments here. Fisticuffs going on, and the officials trying to break it up. William Gadd was in there. And I think he's going to go to the locker room. Now, I don't know if that's because he was given 10 minutes and we only have 7:42 left. But that's what the officials have done and sent Gadd to the locker room. We'll get the official call from Kevin Thurl, but I believe he got 10. And there is nothing up on the scoreboard. Now, unless the Ice Bears also got a penalty, but they're going to bring the face-off back into the Missouri State zone. And the Ice Bears did get a penalty. Nicholas Gray did, but he got 2 minutes. So they lose Gadd. But they lose him for 10 minutes. And the unfortunate thing about this is Missouri State, even though they were both in on this entire situation, the Ice Bears are the one that are short a man. So power play number 5 now for the Huskers. Hank will work it at right side. Cross ice to Johnson on the left. Now in low, working it with Hysek. From Raymond to Hank. Now Raymond again. Let's catch the calls.
A 2-minute minor for slashing and game ejection for fighting. To Nebraska Cornhuskers number 69, William Gadd, game ejection for fighting. Time of the penalties at 12:18 of the second period. The Missouri State minor served by number 16, Michael Mattingly.
So they both get fighting majors. And that's the reason why we just have the 1 penalty up. Meanwhile, we have an additional penalty that's been assessed, and coming right in on goal is Johnson. Let's catch the call.
John Cowley, 2 minutes for slashing at 12:58 of the second period. A 2-minute minor for slashing.
So we were 4-on-4 for just a second ago, but now it's Hendricks that gets called. So the penalties and the scoreboard are adding up here. 104 remaining in Gray's penalty, 142 remaining in Jonathan Cowley's penalty, 152 remaining in the Ice Bears Hendricks penalty. And what that means is we have a 4-on-3 situation, and Nave makes the save. We do know it's 3-1 in favor of Nebraska, and they right now are working on power play number 6. Hank gets it over to Johnson. Lowell on the goal line. Lots of room to work now for Hysek. Hank, high slot. Now Hysek, high slot. He shoots, pad save, Nave. Rebound moved by Johnson. High slot again. Back over now to Johnson. Misses to the right side. Johnson again, up the middle, tip in front. All alone they score! Willie Lutz had all sorts of time and gets the goal. And it is now 4-1. Had all sorts of time to move the puck. As we'll take a look at it here. Puck goes wide. Nave had made the save, but somehow it got in the net. This is a power play goal. 3 power play goals for Nebraska. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thurrow. But Nebraska has a 4-2-1 lead. Lutz with his first goal. And Nebraska, now we have a 4-on-4 situation for about 23
Nebraska
seconds.
goal scored by number 11, Willie Lutz, assisted by number 77, Evan Johnson. Time of the goal at 14:08 of the second period, scored on the power play by number 11, assisted by number 77.
And of course, Nebraska adds another one here. This one is a 4-on-4 goal. So things going from bad to worse now for Missouri State. This one on just a nice break from the blue line in, up over the glove of Nave. On a 4-on-4 goal. So it is now 5-1. And we will have in 3 seconds another short power play. This will be power play number 7. And it's 13 seconds worth of another power play. Kevin Thurrow will give us the call on this one here. But Nebraska with all sorts of control in this hockey game.
Nebraska goal scored by number 52, Jordan Hank, assisted by number 15, Ben Raymond, and number 21, Cody Walters. Time of the goal at 14:43 of the second period, scored by number 52, assisted by number 15 and number 21.
So that is the only even strength goal. And that is also Hank's 11th goal of the season, second of the game. Four minutes remaining in the second. Meanwhile, we get a delayed offside. .5-1 lead for Nebraska, and they work the puck in the zone again, and it's off of the stick of Walters as he had the puck at a bad angle in his skates. Here comes Missouri State, right to left. Matthews drops it off to Baldwin. Baldwin swings around and still looking for some help. Baldwin still with the puck. Ice Bears have it come out to center. And Nebraska sends it in on a delayed offside. .249 remaining in the period. Play in the Missouri State zone. 2 goals by Hank. Cowley has 1. Lutz has 1. Mears with the other. And Missouri State's Komar is the only goal scorer for the Ice Bears. .202 remaining in the period, and this period has quieted a lot of the Missouri State faithful here. To the side of Nave, down in low, far side, 1:44 to go. Battling for it is Drummond. Drummond gets knocked off the play. Kuzo comes in to push it ahead. Sitting on it is Smeal. Watching it to the side of him is Smeal. Helping out is Hysak. Smeal races to the far side, now to the near side. To the line, held in. Cross ice from Mears, left side, and a stick save. Hysak got the shot, and Nave makes the save. Puck out to center. 1:09 to go. And sent back in by Nave.
Last minute of play in this period.
So 57 seconds now remaining. Palumbo. Yeah, working on the left side. Gets a drive in. Save by Thompson. Easy one for him to stick behind the net. 42 seconds to go. Shots 26-20 in favor of Missouri, in favor of Nebraska. 5-1 is your score. Huskers in their zone. Ice Bears give up the chase, and they do want to make a line change. Hendricks is there. And this period will come to an end.
At the end of the second period of play, it's Nebraska leading your Missouri State Ice Bears by a score of 5-1.
Shots on goal
at the end of the second period, 26-20.
Is 6 on Nave in the second period, 2-period total of 20, and 15 on Thompson for a 2-period total of 26. Power plays, the Huskers 3 for 7. Missouri State is 0 for 1. Penalty totals, including the 10-minute fighting majors. And actually, we may have to, if it's fighting, add an extra 5 on that, and I believe we do. So if we add the 5, 9 penalties, 29 minutes for Missouri State. And it, if I can do my math here, and 5 penalties, 21 minutes for the Huskers. Goals in that second on the power play. Mears his first, Lutz his first, also on the power play, and Hank his 11th and second of the game. That one at 14:43. We'll take a break and be back and talk with Stuart Hopkins of Missouri State. We'll do that in just a moment. 5-1 Missouri State trails after 2 periods of play.
Now playing at Mediacom Ice Park in Springfield, a new ice age. It's the Missouri State Ice Bears hockey. Now through February, exciting, hard-hitting, fast-paced collegiate hockey, Ice Bears style. Get your advance tickets at Missouri State Tix box offices or call 417-836-7678. Tickets also available at the games. There are no speed limits at Mediacom Ice Park when you see Ice Bears hockey.
We are back at Mediacom Ice Park, now talking with Stuart Hopkins of the Missouri State Ice Bears. He's another Springfield, Missouri native. 3 goals, 1 assist for the freshman. 6'2", 205. You kind of wear it well. Do you feel like you're unassuming sometimes when you get out on the ice?
I guess, kind of, yeah. I mean, I've always been kind of a bigger player, but I just try to move my feet as much as possible and keep it moving.
Of course, you've played here. When I assume growing up you played here?
Yep.
Played with the Spirit?
I did.
Now, how long did you play with the Spirit?
6 years with the Spirit, and then found myself here now.
And obviously, playing with the Spirit, you know this ice rink, you know kind of everything that's gone around. Ones can be safe in assuming that that's kind of what made your decision to stay here, college-wise?
Yeah, I kind of didn't really have any reason to leave home. Missouri State was right down the street. I knew a bunch of people, my sister, everybody, a lot of family that goes here. To the Spirit. Definitely wanted to stay home, and Missouri State's hockey team, watched them a ton, so figured might as well just stay home and play here.
I mean, when you think about it, where else can you go in this area and have a very successful hockey team, right?
Right. Missouri State's always competitive and close to home, so couldn't be a better fit.
Now, 3 goals, 1 assist. The season has only been 6 games. You would think you're the leader. No, you're not, because Ted Cardinal has 4 goals and 3 assists. So the junior's kind of leading the way, but you're right on his heels.
Yeah, we definitely have a good group of leaders. Ted's definitely one of them. He's kind of set the bar high, and just basically try to follow along, keep up, do what I can, help the team.
Now, he's on a line, I believe, with Christopher Reed, and he has 2 goals, 3 assists. So it's kind of a little tough there, but you're making the best of it, right?
Doing my best, yeah. Reed is a great player, too. They definitely have a lot of chemistry playing together, and they're definitely 2 of the best players we've got.
Is it easier for you being in a college setting versus playing for, let's say, for the Spirit? I mean, I know that you get to travel a lot with the Spirit, but is the talent as comparable, or when you get into college now, you're talking a whole different hockey game?
Yeah, it's definitely a step up with going from the Spirit to college. Just like I think that's that way from any league, going from high school or midget or whatever to a college game. Especially probably from Springfield, because hockey's not huge around here, so we don't always get to play like top-end teams 100% of the time. So I'd say there was definitely a step up, but I don't think it was anything I couldn't handle, and just kind of, especially now that we've gotten into the season and gotten things flowing and everything feels pretty normal, yeah.
Joining us is Stuart Hopkins, a Springfield native, 3 goals, 1 assist of the Missouri State Ice Bears. You kind of don't look like a hockey player. You almost look like a football player. Do you get confused a lot?
No, not really. I had a lot of people tell me that I look like I'm from California. I don't know if it's the laid-back attitude or the hair or what it is.
Probably both.
Probably, but yeah, I do get that I look like a football player a lot, probably because I'm bigger. But I played football in high school and at the same time as hockey, but hockey was always kind of the number one. Found myself liking that a lot more, but yeah.
Well, that leads to my next question. Hockey is your favorite sport?
Definitely, yeah. I played a ton of sports growing up. Football was kind of like my first love, because Southwest Missouri, everyone plays football, so that was kind of what I first got into. But I played soccer in high school, and then kind of found myself in hockey after I had a couple knee injuries, and football kind of wasn't an option for a while. And then I guess it all grew from there, and now I'm here.
Stuart Hopkins joining us of Missouri State. But when did you get on the ice, though?
So I got on the ice in 2013. I just came to like some random open skate, and I was like, well, this seems pretty fun. And I just kind of loved it from there and just played every day and did whatever I could to get better.
There are kids that started when they were 2 and 3 years old, and you've only been playing less than 5 years. What's up with that?
I think the bug kind of bit me, and it was all I cared about and all I talked about. My friends, and when I was in junior high, like going into high school, they'd pick at me and make fun of me because that's all I wanted to talk about. And them being from Southwest Missouri and small town, I mean, everything was football, so they kind of didn't know what was going on. But I think it was just coming every day and just skating all the time and like loving it that kind of made me progress a little bit faster than some kids.
Were you the kind of guy that you'd be out there and just skating as much as you could, and they'd say we're closing, or it's time for another session, you got to get off? Were you that kind of
I was
kid?
a bit of a rink rat. I was always around the rink because I only live probably 2 blocks away from it, so it wasn't hard getting here, and my parents helped me out a lot. They always took me to whatever I wanted to go to, and then when I got a car, I spent all my time here, and I just was always around the rink.
Stuart Hopkins joining us, freshman out of Springfield, Missouri. Listed as a center. Do you like passing dishing the puck?
Yeah, so I'm listed as a center, but right now I'm playing right wing. Christian Kuzo is a center on our line, but I'm more of a shooter, I'd say, rather than a passer. But I don't mind throwing it around the offensive zone, but I think I'd definitely rather shoot the puck than pass it.
Well, it looks that way with 3 goals and 1 assist right now. And I've talked to the other guys, and this team is 1-4-1 at this point. Do you feel that at a 1-4-1 record, depending on what's happened in the last couple of games, that's just an unfortunate situation? It's not what this team is made of?
Yeah, I really do. I think we got a lot of talent in this locker room, especially with some of the young guys that we brought in. I think we got a lot of talent in the seniors and the juniors that are leading the way. I think we're still trying to put everything together, put the finishing touches on everything, but I think we've gotten a lot closer to that than when we started. I think we just kind of need to find our scoring ability, and once we get that rolling, we'll be good to go.
You guys aren't too bad on the power play, 8 for 32, 25%. That's not bad at all, really, just to start this season. So you're working it with the special teams a little bit.
Yeah, I got put on the second power play line while we were down in Arkansas, and just kind of clicked right away. And we've been doing pretty good with that, getting pucks on net and just creating opportunities in the offensive zone.
Talking with Stuart Hopkins of Missouri State. Obviously, coming from Springfield is not going to be that rare of a situation anymore because, of course, who we've talked to before, Brett Houston and a couple of other players. Do you feel that it's kind of a good staple, like when someone says, "Oh, this guy's from Springfield"? Do you feel that's a good thing?
Yeah, it's pretty cool being from Springfield and playing for Missouri State because I see kids and parents that I played with and have kind of grown up playing around, and they always say hi, and it's kind of a cool deal to be from home. And I definitely think that the game's growing in Springfield. Every year we have more and more kids that are coming to play. And I think the level of play is slowly increasing and getting better every year, and I think it's just really cool to be from the town and play in the town that you started in.
Freshman forward Stuart Hopkins joining us. When you're out on the ice, what is something that maybe you want to make sure that you accomplish every game?
I've always kind of considered myself not to be maybe the most skilled guy, but what I lack in skill, I just try to make up for in hard work and just grinding in the corners and stuff and using my big frame to get in front of people and body people up, but definitely a little bit more of a grinder than a skill guy, and I think that definitely creates the opportunities, and then when you get the opportunities, you just got to be ready to bury them.
So I've asked everybody, what do you want to be when you grow up?
What do I want to be when I grow up? This sounds kind of lame, but right now I'm working to get accepted into UMKC Pharmacy School and then get my doctorate in pharmacy and become a pharmacist. I would like to work in a hospital pharmacy and be involved with like patient care and stuff like that.
I'll tell you right now, that is not lame whatsoever for a couple of reasons. One, it's a very good paying profession.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, and second of all, you sound like you want to help people.
Yep.
So that's definitely a very, very good profession. It's going to take a long time. It's a lot of studying, and if you thought studying right now is hard,
wait till I get into pharmacy school.
Yeah. And it just to be accepted is tough too. I mean, it's not like you can just apply and sure, come on in. So
yeah, it's super competitive. You got to keep good grades, which right now I've been fortunate enough to keep up with, even with hockey and everything going on. But it's, like I said, it's definitely competitive, and you got to work hard for it, and you kind of got to want it.
Well, I know right now you want it as far as being a scoring prowess, because with the 3-1, that's looking good. Do you remember your very first goal that you ever scored?
For Missouri State? or like first goal ever playing hockey?
Let's go first goal ever, then we can talk about Missouri State.
First goal ever. I think I do believe remember it. It was in Kansas City. Probably my freshman year. I can't remember. Maybe it was the KC Saints we were playing, and it was back when I was playing defense, and I think I just ripped one from the point, and it found its way to the net, but I think that's the first one.
Did you ever get the puck from it?
I don't think so. I think we just kept playing with it, tried to put it in the net a couple more times.
Oh, wow. You know, that's one thing. When I played with Cal State Fullerton out in California, and I ended up, I normally would play goalie, but that day we had an extra goalie, so I played on defense. Yeah. And, I mean, I was okay. I really should stay in the net, basically. And I have much more... I put it this way, I'm just better in the net. But I did get to play D, and I wound up with a shot that I partially fanned on, and it just was a floater, and it went in, and they gave me the puck. And I do remember that's like my first goal that I'd ever scored, probably my only goal I think I've ever scored. But I know that I've given up a ton of goals. That's for sure.
At least you got one.
I only have one. Technically, I have 4. The league that I was in, the men's league that I was in, if a team forfeited, you had to put somebody at center ice. They could shoot the puck into an empty net, and they would win 1-0.
Okay.
Well, the team let me do that 3 times. So
there we go.
Technically, college-wise, I have 1 goal. Men's league, I have 3.
Hey.
So.
Nobody's counting.
No, not at all. Do you have any kind of prep that you like to do before you get ready for a game?
I think kind of just basically the normal stuff. Just get a good warm-up in, hydrate properly, and tape my stick the same way every time. But other than that, I'm not too superstitious. That's about it.
Do you have and if you do, you can just say yes. You don't have to say what it is. But do you have any kind of special move? Like if there's some guy, he's bearing down on it, do you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do?
I mean, I try not to put a specific thing in mind, just kind of read and react, because I think that's definitely the best option. But basically just get around them or go through them either way.
Do you remember, as joining us is Stuart Hopkins of Missouri State, do you remember maybe, like, for lack of better terms, the coolest goal you ever scored?
Oh, man. I don't think I've ever done anything too crazy. Maybe just a couple good breakaway moves. That's probably it. Nothing too exciting.
Oh, it's always fun, but at least you scored, right?
Right, that's what matters.
There you go. Well, speaking of scoring, like I wish everyone at the end of an interview, more goals. So you've just got 1 or 2 to catch Ted Cardinal, so keep it going.
Hopefully we can get there. Thank you.
All right, Stuart Hopkins joining us. Thanks so much for doing this. We'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up. Your best source for awards of any kind is always Bowles Trophy House in Springfield. Trophies, plaques, medals, gifts, ribbons, and more. You get top quality and great service at Bowles Trophy House, serving Springfield and Southwest Missouri for over 40 years. Call them at 417-869-8720.
And if you need embroidery work done, logos, digitizing, and more, come to Banners and Brainstorms in Bowles Trophy House at 601 South Kimbrough.
We're back at Mediacom Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena, with a fresh 20 minutes up on the clock as Missouri State and Nebraska will do business for the final time here in this third period and the final time this weekend. Missouri State will skate from the left to the right and from the right to the left. It will be Nebraska. New goaltender in now for the Ice Bears. Taylor Rhodes, the freshman, will be in nets for Missouri State. So Nave will finish facing 26 shots, giving up 5 goals, and Rhodes is in.
Huskers number 35, Taylor Rhodes. And in net for the Nebraska Cornhuskers, number 33, Bennett Stanchfield.
And also, as you heard, it'll be Bennett Stanchfield in. So Thompson will leave, facing 26 shots. Or take that back. He will face 20 shots. Meanwhile, with 19:04 remaining, the Ice Bears will gain possession of the puck. They have a 3-on-2 across the line. Now working it down is Jacob Matthews. Save there by Stanchfield. Puck at center. Ice Bears will flip it down in. 18:45 to go in the period. Now it's a 3-on-2 for Nebraska. Leading it on the left side is Cowley. Comes out in front, drive, score. It's 6-1. And I believe Cowley will get credit for this goal. Here in the third period, the 27th shot. We'll get the call from Kevin Thorough. This one comes early, about a minute into this hockey game. Spin around shot misses wide. That one off the stick of Lasante.
Nebraska goals scored by number 49, John Cowley, assisted by number 77, Evan Johnson, and number 13, Corbin Smeal. Time of the goal at 1:29 of the third period, scored by number 49, assisted by number 77 and number 13.
That is Cowley's fourth goal of the season, second of the game. Now 7:39 remains. If you're wondering why the camera's stationary, I don't have a cameraman. We have an icing call. Disappeared on me. So the face-off will be in the Nebraska zone to the right of Stanchfield, and off the draw. It'll continue to stay back in the Nebraska end of the ice. After a couple of passes, shot sails wide for the right side. Off the stick of Stewart. Now to the near side. Sent down in low. Far side again. Past Stewart and all the way down. Stewart will send it in. He rims the top of the boards, swings it to the near side. Now Stewart gets his position on the right side. Down in low, Palumbo around the referee. Willie Lutz with it. Puck's in all the way down into the Missouri State zone. Stewart misses the puck. Grabbed by Hysek. Goes up the middle, and the Ice Bears will steal. They have a 2-on-1. Here comes Hopkins, right side. Hopkins looks in front to Palumbo. Hopkins with a shot in and a save by Stanchfield. Puck bounced in, and it'll be held onto as getting the shot was Andrew Hiller. 16:02 to go in the period, in a 6-1 lead for Nebraska. And again, if you're wondering why the camera's stationary, again, I don't have a cameraman. He's gone. Shots 29-23. So I got a fan in the stands that came out to help me with the camera work. I'll give you a little something. .17 remains in this third period. Taken by Raymond. He'll clear it out to center. Now to go to Brown. Off of his stick. Sent down in. Grabbed by Raymond again in the Nebraska zone. Stolen by Rebello. Drive in. Save Stanchfield off his shoulder. Ice Bears with a little bit of room now. Here's Koch with a drive in save. Far side boards. Ice Bears hold it in. All of a sudden they've got some life, does Missouri State. And we get a whistle for a stoppage in play and a hand pass. 14:40 remaining in the period. And we will get a face-off at center ice. It'll be at the face-off dot right in front of the Missouri State bench. .33 remaining. 6-1 hockey game in favor of Nebraska. 3 power play goals and a shorthanded affair. Part of the onslaught for Nebraska in the second period. Catalano behind the Nebraska net. Pushing with Cowley. Dug out by Lasansky. Into the near side corner. Rebello's there. It's cleared out now by Cowley and stolen by Missouri State. Here's Rebello breaking in. He tried to get a shot off and a good defensive play by Lutz. Now Rebello again. Dropped in low. Pass from Lasanki. Intercepted. Taken away now right to left across the line into the Missouri State zone. Here come the Huskers. Drive in save as that one came off the stick of Cowley. 13:37 remains. Ice Bears still having a hard time out of their own zone. It comes right up the middle. Cowley with a drive blocked by Carson Komar. Now as the shot comes in, it sails wide of the net. Held in once again. Smeal with it. Lutz sends it in. Rims the bottom of the boards, and it's out to center. Here's going to be a race. All alone is Sullivan. Left side, he shoots and a save, and it's held on to by Stanchfield. So the Ice Bears with a great opportunity there, and they could not capitalize as Stanchfield comes in and squashes any opportunity the Ice Bears had. Meanwhile, a drive comes in from the right side, and it's in the net. It's 7-1 Nebraska. So it's just getting worse for Missouri State. Here's the drive in. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thorough. But on the 31st shot, Nebraska has scored 7 straight. This one even strength. 12-12.
Nebraska goal scored by number 52, Jordan Hank. Assisted by number 9, Chris Hysak. Time of the goal at 7:15 of the third period. Scored by number 52, assisted by number 9.
Well, that's Hank's second consecutive hat trick. He scored one yesterday. He gets one today. And Hysek with the assist. Those two have worked in tandem. That is Hysek's third assist this game. 11:38 to go in the third period. Puck back into the Nebraska end of the ice. Trying to work with it is Raymond, or make that Palumbo for the Ice Bears. But it's out at center. Here comes Missouri State. Matthews drive in off the side of the net. Goes to the corner now. Dropped in low by Adam Brown. Circling and getting a drive off is Mattingly. Rebound in front as a save is made. It goes up and over and finally cleared out by Nebraska. And calling for a line change is Andrew Hiller. 10:53 to go in the period. Here come the Ice Bears across the line and a drive in, glove down as Baldwin got the opportunity.
Hey fans, Rob's Portable Buildings
easy
creates
save there for Stanchfield.
Portable buildings in the Springfield area. Every building is constructed with a high level of workmanship that you can be matched.
Komar gets an even strength goal at 2:14 of the first, his second for Missouri State. Then it's been all Nebraska. Hanketh 10th at 5:27 on the power play. Cowley his third, 18:57 of the first, shorthanded. Mears his first on the power play at 5:07. Lutz his first on the power play at 14:08. That's of the second period. 14:43 Hank his second and 11th of the game. And then Nebraska's Cowley his second and fourth of the season in the third. And then at 7:15 in the third, Hank his 12th and hat-trick goal. And that's where we stand, 7-1 right now. Ice Bears, who looked good early on in the period, have given up a couple here in the third. 10 minutes remains. Putting a check was Brown. Ice Bears have it again, shot wide. Missouri State with a line change. Brown will go to the bench. That's Adam Brown. Evan Johnson at the line. As soon as he cleared it, it was sent right back down in his own zone. So Nebraska will set things up. Larry Taylor's squad is looking to go one game below 500. They're at 4-2-1 on this early season. If Missouri State does lose this contest, they will become 1-6-1 this season. I'm sure head coach Cody Blevins didn't think his team would be in this position right now. Ice Bears with some good pepper work there on Stanchfield. And the puck is out to center. Catalano. Tipped into the Nebraska zone. To the point, held in, dropped down in low by Drummond. Rebello off the corner, gets it once again to Drummond. A bouncing puck, and Drummond is able to keep it in. Now here is Dole. Shot up high by Rebello. Steered away, now taken by Nebraska. They have a 3-on-2. Working it is Lutz. He'll send it in, and a line change for Nebraska. 8:15 to go. Ice Bears across center. Now into the Nebraska zone. Sending it down low is Drummond. Drummond's pass to the far side. Out to center as it's tipped ahead. Here is Connor Kennedy. Or Kinney, that is. Puck sails back to the Nebraska zone. Trying to catch up with it is Brandon Baldwin. 7:36 remaining. It is out to center ice as Kenny was able to get it out just before getting upended. Nebraska to start things out of their own zone. Directing traffic is Rhodes, but the Ice Bears having trouble getting it out of their own end. Puck held on the line. Here is Brown. Blocked. Now followed up. Score! Evan Johnson follows it up and puts it in the net. It's now 8-1. Evan Johnson's third goal of the season. Here in the third period. 13:06 the time of the goal. Just a turnaround snapshot. See if we can take a look at this one here. After a sliding Ice Bear, wasn't able to stop that puck from getting at least in front of Rhodes. Now we get a whistle and a stoppage in play. Johnson's third at 13:06 makes it 8-1. We'll catch the call from Kevin Thurl in a moment.
Nebraska goal scored by number 77, Evan Johnson. Assisted by number 22, Chris Brown, and number 21, Cody Walters. Time of the goal at 13:06 of the third period, scored by number 77, assisted by number 22 and number 21.
Ice Bears out of their own zone. They're going to work it down in and go for a partial change with 5:54 to go in this third period. A period that was out of reach after the midway of the second period. But the fans are still here cheering on their Ice Bears. Here's Michael McVeigh. Clears it as far as the red line. Over to Hysak. Chris Hysak with 3 assists. Walters has 3 assists. And the hat trick once again for Hank. Mattingly for Missouri State. Back behind the Nebraska net. Chipped away from him by Hysak. Hysak steals out to center. And Jake Stewart sends it in. Mattingly hustles over. Now Brown looking for some help. Brown far side. Gets it to Koch. Koch looking up the middle, and it's moved away from Mattingly. And out to center. 4:27 remains. Line change for Missouri State. Steve Casson, thanks for joining us, and special thanks to Lori Thomas, who, walking through the stands, said, "You need a camera person?" I said, "Yes, I do," and she's doing great work. Ice Bears get it out to center ice. Over the stick of Dole, where Eric Mears will come back behind the Nebraska net and clear it out for his team. A lot of wide open play now, as both teams not really getting much going, but they are killing time off the clock. Ice Bears do finally get a shot from Robello. He spins and shoots, blocked in front. Catalano is there. Now Dole with it. Knocked off of his stick on a good play by Brown. Brown to clear it to the far side. Working it now is McHale. Here's Lutz. Or Lutz. Now around to sliding Mears. And a shot by Drummond. Steered off into the corner. Dole with it. Off the side of the net, right up the middle, and it was cleared as Christian Catalano had a great opportunity. Cleared away from him. Ice Bears work it onside. Opportunity now for Jacobs is steered to the corner. 2:50 remaining. Here is Matthews. Missed wide. Hendricks on the ice now. He's checked by Lutz. Intercepted, and McHale is able to get it out to center ice. Here come the Ice Bears. Now Matthews' shot is moved to the corner. But cleared down with 2:16 remaining. Down into the Nebraska zone. It is chased by McVeigh. Lost his stick, kicks it to the corner. Ice Bears now with possession. Baldwin. Brandon Baldwin out of St. Louis, Missouri. Checked away from him and cleared all the way down. .133 remains as the puck comes around the Missouri State net. And now here come the Ice Bears with a 2-on-2. Shot by Baldwin. Sails behind him. 1:12 to go. Line change for Missouri State. 1:05 remains. Ice Bears do get it in the zone. Hopkins is there. Now taken by Raymond. 52 seconds. And the puck is cleared all the way down with 46 to go. Now with 34 seconds, it's Hysek. His pass comes out to center, and I think that was intentional. With 25 to go, Nebraska just happy to let time roll out, but the Ice Bears come in, and that's an offside. Hopkins didn't know that Komar was offside, so with 16.2 seconds to go, we'll have a face-off outside the zone. Again, our next broadcast, Arizona State versus Concordia Ann Arbor. That'll be women's hockey, ACHA Division I, Thursday, October 25th, right here, 7 o'clock. We hope that you will tune in for that. Or if you want to come and see women's hockey, it's a great showcase this weekend, so maybe you'll join us for that. 2 seconds to go, and that will be it for the third period.
At the end of the game, it's the Nebraska Cornhuskers
3 goals in the third. Cowley his 4th and 2nd of the game at 1:29. Hank his 12th and the hat trick. Again, his 2nd consecutive hat trick at 7:15. Hysek with the assist. He had 3 tonight. And then at 13:06, Johnson with his 3rd of the season. Brown and Walters. Walters also had 3 assists. 8-1 is the final score. Power plays, Missouri State 0 for 1, and 3 for 7 were the University of Nebraska Huskers. Only goal scorer for Missouri State, Carson Komar, back in the first period, 2:14, and that was it. So the Ice Bears managed just 2 goals in this series, and 13 total for Nebraska, with a 5-1 win yesterday and an 8-1 victory today.
Missouri State Ice Bears!
So the Ice Bears fall to a record of 1-6-1. Nebraska is now 2-4-1. I'm Steve Casson. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
You've been listening to Missouri State Ice Bears Hockey with your host, Steve Casson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Ice Bears Hockey is a presentation of DS Sports Enterprises and WebSportsRadio.com.